So now we are going to start with the practice of AWS Certified Solutions Architect Associate Labs on WizLab. Let's access this, then go towards labs. Now on labs we will start with the first one, which is Introduction to AWS Identity and Access Management. We will open it. Look at here, we have all the lab overview here, and after that we have lab steps as well. First we will go through this, then we will go towards the lab. This lab will cover the basics of AWS Identity and Access Management, which is a web service that helps the user securely control access to AWS resources. The motive of this lab is to walk the user through creating IAM users and adding them to IAM groups, along with permission policies to provide access to various services in the AWS account. We have to complete this lab in just 30 minutes. The region will be global. Okay, so basically this lab is all about how to provide least accesses and how to provide minimal accesses, least accesses, or desired accesses only to your team, to your users, etc. etc. To provide access, we use IAM. In IAM, we create groups, we create roles, we create users, then we attach policies to them. Policies means like specific that group of users can only access S3. So we will attach the policy of S3 with those users. What is IAM? It stands for Identity and Access Management. IAM is a web service in AWS that helps manage user access to AWS resources. IAM allows you to create and manage AWS users and groups and control their permissions to access AWS resources. That's what I told earlier. IAM provide a way to securely manage access to AWS resources without having the share AWS account credentials. IAM used to control who is authenticated and authorized to use AWS resource. The first identity in IAM is the root user. Root user will be the main user who created the Amazon AWS account, basically, which has access to all AWS resources. The primary resources in IAM are groups, users, role, policies, and identity providers. IAM roles are like IAM users, but they are intended to be assumed by anyone who need them, and they do not have any credentials associated with them. IAM can be used from the AWS Management Console, AWS CLI, AWS SDK. That's the diagram. How the user will interact with the AWS services. First, user will log in through IAM, then IAM will check what specific permissions allowed to this user. Then IAM will only show those services or only allow those services to this user. Okay, let's read the steps, then we will go towards the guide. Click on Open Console. Click on the Open Console button. You will be redirected to the AWS console in a new browser. Okay. On the sign up page, leave the account ID as default, never add it. Remove the 12-digit account ID present in your AWS console, otherwise you cannot be proceed with the labs. Now copy your username and password in the lab console to the IAM user in the AWS console and click on sign in button. Once sign in to the AWS Management Console, make default region to Virginia, US East 1. Okay. Let's start with the lab. This is my user, this is my password, access key and secret key. That's my timer started. Open console. Click on open console button. You will be redirected to the AWS console in the browser tab. Leave the account ID as default. Okay, that's my account ID, and this is my credential to login. This is my password for login. Now sign in. Look at here. This is the AWS main dashboard, and this user don't have access to cost breakdown. Either he also don't have access to applications list. So our first task is completed, which is this one. Now create a IAM user. In this task we are going to create a new IAM user by providing the name, password, access, permission and tags. These users will be added to their respective group in the next task. Services, where we have to go click on services, then select IAM under security, identity and compliance section, IAM dashboard, user in the left panel, create user button. Okay, then in the add user page, fill in user details section as follows. Okay, we have to create this user. Let's start with the service IAM. First search IAM, then choose the users option. After selecting users option, click on create user, and after clicking on create user, the username will be John. Copy it, paste it here. Okay, provide access to the AWS management console. Custom password under the Vizlab, that's the password. That's my password. Next. Okay, we already checked this recommended field. Now after this, in this set permission section, keeps things as default. Click on next, scroll down and under tag click on add new tag. The tag will be enter dev team, where you will be developers. Okay, we are going to apply these changes here. Leave things as default. Okay, that's a default option basically. So here he is saying to apply a tag here. The value will be developer. Okay, we apply the tag here, then click on create users. Create user, note, ignore the above error if it appears while creating user, and click on close. Okay, create user, access denied, error, attached policies to the user. Okay, he's saying to ignore the above error if it appears while creating user, and click on close. Then click on return users list button, then continue. Repeat the same step, add tag for IAM user by name Sarah. Okay, now we have to repeat the same step for the name of Sarah. In the next step, create the name of first we have to create a user named Sarah with the same details. Okay, that's our user. Next one is Sarah. Provide access. Again the password will be same. No, not this one. That will be my password. Default settings. Dev team. Developers. That's my user. Now I have two users with same tags. Till now they are disabled because they haven't logged in yet. Now let's go towards the TED user. The TED will be the HR team persons basically. So now we have to create a user named TED. Provide management console. Vislabs@123. Then click on next. Then click on next. Now we have to apply the tag here. The tag is HR team. The value will be just HR. What was the error here? Now we have created 3 users, 1, 2 and 3. We have to create another user named as Rita. Rita will be my new user. The password will be same. Vislabs@123. What the heck? Make sure to don't press any space like me, else you will be facing the same issues. So till now we have 4 users, which is John, Rita, Sarah and Ted. Now move towards creating IAM groups and add IAM users in it. In this task we are going to create new IAM group and will add the users to their respective group. Moreover, We will be adding permissions to the group so that user within the group have access to the services allocated to them using the permission policies. Select the user group in the left panel and click on the create group. Okay, the first group will be dev team, in which I have to add John and Sarah. Then scroll down, attach permission policies section and search for EC2 read-only access and S3 read-only access. We have to provide only two properties, two policies, which is EC2 read-only access and S3 read-only access. Okay, and it's already clear by its name that it will only provide read-only access to EC2 server and S3 server, S3 bucket. Do not attach other policies that once mentioned above. You will get an error by creating a group. Review all the details, click on create group. Then same for the HR team. HR will be attach policy, select billing policy just. Okay, now just create the groups here. Go towards group, create a group here, name group a dev team. John and Sarah will be in dev team. EC2 no here's our policy, EC2 read-only access, then S3 read-only access, now we will create group, that's our dev team. Create another group which is HR team. In HR team we have to add Ted and Rita, and the policy will be billing policy. Now create this group. Now we have two groups and we also already attached the policies here. Do you know introductory feature called access analysis, which uses automated reasoning to help identifying the resources that an IAM policy allows or denies access to. This can be useful for identifying unintended access and for auditing IAM policies to ensure they conform to the security practices. Access Analyzer also provides recommendations for how to modify policies to remove unintended access, making it easier to maintain a secure AWS environment. Okay, after this we have to click on validation. Validate my lab. If any checks fail, you can use the remaining time. Okay, so my validation is cleared. I passed all their basic requirements of basic task. Now end this lab. No feedback for you. So this is my first lab. Now click on labs library again. Not on labs library. What the heck?